Colombia, 1991. The world's most powerful drug lord stood before his nation and offered a deal no government had ever accepted before. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria would surrender, but only if he could build his own prison. They called it La Catedral. Nestled in the lush mountains above Medellin, it was a fortress and a sanctuary at once. To the world, it was a symbol of justice. To Escobar, it was a kingdom. By the early 1990s, Colombia was on its knees. The Medellin cartel had declared war on the state. Bombings, assassinations, judges murdered in broad daylight. Facing international pressure, the government desperately needed peace. In June 1991, they accepted Escobar's surrender under his terms. He would serve 5 years in a facility he built himself. The deal forbade extradition to the United States. It was a triumph for Escobar and a national embarrassment. High in the green hills overlooking the city he once ruled, construction began. Guard towers stood beside soccer fields. Concrete cells lined corridors that smelled of fresh paint and wealth. Inside, Escobar installed a gym, a bar, a pool table, and even a waterfall. The prison of the rich, locals called it. Its guards were handpicked by him, loyal men from his own neighborhoods. The Colombian army was ordered never to approach within 2 kilometers. Within the walls of La Catedral, Escobar lived like a monarch. His family visited freely. His partners came and went. At night, music and laughter rose from the courtyard. The smell of grilled meat drifted through the fog. Beyond the fences, the mountain village was silent. Inside, millions of dollars still moved through his empire. La Catedral was not a prison. It was a command center. But power breeds paranoia. Rival cartels grew stronger. The Cali cartel sought revenge. Escobar's lieutenants accused each other of betrayal. When 2 of his former associates were caught embezzling millions, he ordered them to La Catedral, and they never came out. Tortured and killed within his own walls, their deaths shattered the illusion. For the first time, the government realized it had built a murder palace. The United States demanded action. Colombia's president ordered Escobar's transfer to a military facility. Soldiers were mobilized to La Catedral, unaware that the man inside had been expecting them for days. Escobar's informants within the army had already warned him. He had one night to vanish. July 22, 1992. Fog rolled down from the mountains. At 10 p.m., soldiers surrounded La Catedral, but the lights inside were already dark. Escobar and his most trusted men slipped through a back corridor he had personally designed years earlier. It led to a dry drain tunnel hidden beneath the foundation. They emerged half a mile down the hill and disappeared into the forest. By the time the army entered, the king of cocaine was gone. Colombia erupted in chaos. The president faced international humiliation. Thousands of soldiers were deployed across Antioquia. U.S. agents joined the hunt. The man who had once ruled a nation through fear was again a ghost in the hills. For the next 17 months, he evaded every trap, moving between safe houses and jungles, shielded by loyalty and money. December 2nd, 1993. After hundreds of raids and countless deaths, the search ended on a rooftop in Medellin. Pablo Escobar was shot and killed after a brief firefight. For Colombia, it was relief and ruin at once. La Catedral stood abandoned, its walls covered in mold and graffiti, a monument to power and hubris. Escobar once said, "I prefer a grave in Colombia to a cell in the United States." He got both. His prison became his palace, his escape, his myth. Today, the ruins of La Catedral still stand in the mist above Medellin. Part tourist site, part warning. History remembers him not for his power, but for the illusion that he could contain it. Fade to silence. Distant birds and rain over the mountains.